Hi guys, welcome back. So now we look at the uh, 3A and 3B. What do you think? What's the difference between 3A and 3B? Okay. Now let's think, before we talk about 3 and 3B, let's see what are the different ways for us to have a system in our place. Okay. So what we can do is one thing, we can develop the system by ourselves. We call it in-house development. Or else we can outsource it. That means we can ask someone else. We may use someone else's system, but of course they develop for us. So when we talk about outsourcing, there are different options. The first option is we just buy a package and use exactly as it is and use it. That's one of them. The second one is there's a package out there, but package does not really fit to your organization, your business process, your business need. So what we do is basically we ask them to modify the package to a certain extent so that the package will be fit to use into your system. And the last one is there's no package, your system is very unique, something like financial technology, so that you ask someone else to develop the system, brand new system, and give it to us. So these are different ways. Now what's the difference between 3 and 3P? 3A means basically we develop in-house, and 3B means we do outsource the system development. Now when we make that judgment, we got to be careful because there are some advantages and disadvantages of outsourcing as well as developing in-house. If you outsource the system development, whatever the future maintenance means, fixing a bug, adding a new feature, you can't do it by yourself because you won't get the source codes. They give you only the system to you, so you can't do it. So you have to, all the maintenance you got to rely on the developer. So that's one of the disadvantage of outsource. Okay, and at the same time, if you develop by yourself, it's an opportunity for you guys or your programmers to understand what a system development process means so that they will be able to help you to develop new systems in the future. Okay, so but advantage of outsource is usually outsource systems are much more reliable than developed by yourselves because they are expert in developing systems. So their systems, after they develop system, they do proper testing and usually supposed to be less bugs so that than developed by yourself. So that could be advantage of, and possibly sometimes it could be even cheaper than developed by yourselves. But remember, once you outsource it, you guys totally lost the control of the system because you can't do the maintenance by yourself. So we got to think carefully which option that we got to go, and usually that decision has to be made by the senior management within organization. So what you have to do is, as a system development or IT people, we give the pros and cons of different approach to your senior management. Let your senior management to make the decision, and then of course that's going to be the ultimate responsibility. All right, so now we look at the selection phase. Okay, in the development phase, for example, and in the design phase, what we do is we basically use some design techniques, something like ERP diagrams and data flow diagrams. Sometimes we use the object-oriented diagrams to design the system. So now we are looking at the selection. Okay, assume that you are the CIO of the organization and one of your good friend that you trust him very much, having a small company to develop systems, and you trust that person very much, and this new system development is your responsibility. Okay, so since that you trust him very much, since that you think that he has expertise and the knowledge, so you simply ask him to develop the system. Would it be a good way to do it? I don't think so, because there is a policies and procedures should exist in each and every organization in terms of outsourcing the system development. So what you need to do is to prepare some specific documents like RFP and RFQ. So what is the difference between RFP and RFQ? The RFP is basically something that there is no package available out there, You know there is some, you know what kind of functions should be available within your system development. So you just give them your requirement. Somebody would be able to propose a system for you guys. So that's called RFP. RFQ means that you know that there are some packages available for database. We know that there are some packages available like Sybase, and then there are other packages available for as well, Oracle for example. So you just go and use one of the package, and then we're asking only for the price, that is for the quotation. Understand? So now assume that there are 10 companies or 10 developers give you feedback, and they want to consider their proposal to your organization. So now when we decide which organization is going to develop system for you guys, is it you make the decisions only depending on the cost? That's a wrong approach. So cost is one of the very important thing, but at the same time we should make sure that system has to be reliable. So everybody is claiming their system is the most reliable system, right? Okay, so how you make judgment? So what you do is basically tell them, okay, who are the users that you developed systems before, and you try to communicate with them, get the reference, communicate with them, and see how satisfied they are. Are they willing to give you guys their system development? So, and how reliable their system is being used. So that's the best way to get the feedback and to find out what system would be the most reliable. Okay, right? If any case we give the system development to a small organization but very talented people, and after some time this company bankrupt, you guys pay $10 million for the new system development. And remember, so once as soon as that we do the outsourcing, you guys are going to lose the control. So every maintenance has to be done by them, because they don't give you guys source code. Simply what they give you guys is the system itself. But in this case, if any case that a small organization go bankrupt, you don't have source code, you can't do any maintenance, the entire $10 million is going to be waste. So we have a solution for that. The solution for this kind of scenario is going to be you have signed a special agreement with them. We call software escrow agreement. Okay, what is software escrow agreement is? Say for an example, company A is developing a system, the outsource developer is developing a system for your company, which is company A. You guys pay $10 million. So once you pay $10 million, they develop system for you guys. But at the same time, they don't give you guys source code, right? And then both parties, developer and you, will have a third party, which is maybe a big four companies that you guys as company A as well as developer both trust that third party, and the developer is going to keep the source code in the third party. Okay, but you will not have any access to that, but third party is going to keep the source code with them. And if any case that the developer is not being able to continue the maintenance to you, continue helping to do the maintenance to your organization, then according to the agreement, the third party is going to release the source code to your company so that you guys can continue the maintenance by yourself. So that is what we call software escrow agreement. So that's something to be very careful. You need to consider in system development. But if any case, if you use a development like Microsoft, I don't think that you have any doubt that Microsoft is going to be bankrupt. So this kind of scenarios, you don't have to bother about any source code escrow agreement as well. So that's something important here. So now we look at the how to choose the company, right? So we are not make the decision simply based on the cost, but we have to consider the reliability as well. At the same time, we have to consider of escrow agreement. Is that all? Not really. First of all, when system is given to you guys, you have to implement the system. That means system has to be installed to your company computers. So whether that developer is going to help you to do the installation, that's something important. Right? At the same time, system is brand new to all the users, so we have to prepare the user manuals. Whether developer is going to help you guys to develop the manual, that's again very important here. At the same time, nobody knows how to use the system, right? So in this case, we have to consider that training to be given to the users. So whether the developer is willing to give the training to the users, for your users, that's again very important here. So what you should do is the developer is trained some of your employees we call trained trainees, so that those employees would be training the others, right? So this is very important here. The decision we make, which company to develop the new system for us. So we have to have entire considerations. Looking at the entire consideration, so we make the final judgment. That's very important here. Okay, guys.